Talmud, Mesechus Megilla 4a. Lod and Ono and Gea Harashim were walled in the days of Joshua son of Nun. But did Joshua build these? Was it not El-Baal who built them? As it is written, and the sons of El-Baal Aber, and Misham and Shemed, who built Ono and Lod, with the towns thereof. But on your showing, Asa built them, as it is written, and he built fenced cities in Judah. Rabbi Elazar replied, these places were walled in the days of Joshua son of Nun. They were laid waste in the days of the concubine of Gibeah. And El-Baal came and rebuilt them. They again fell, and Asa came and repaired them. There is an indication of this in the text also, as it is written, for he said unto Judah, let us build these cities. From this we can infer that they had already been towns beforehand, and this may be taken as proved. Rabbi Joshua ben Levi also said, women are under obligation to read the Megillah, since they also profited by the miracle then wrought. Rabbi Joshua ben Levi further said, if Purim falls out on a Sabbath, discussions and discourses are held on the subject of the day. Why mention Purim? The same rule applies to festivals also. As it has been taught, Moses laid down a rule for the Israelites that they should discuss and discourse on the subject of the day, the laws of Passover on Passover, the laws of Pentecost on Pentecost, and the laws of tabernacles on tabernacles. It was necessary to state the rule separately in the case of Purim, for you might suggest that we should forbid this for fear of breaking the rule of Rabbah. We are therefore told that this is not so. Rabbi Joshua ben Levi further said, it is the duty of a man to read the Megillah in the evening and to repeat it in the day. As it is written, O my God, I cry in the daytime, but thou answerest not, and in the night season, and am not silent. The students took this to mean that the Megillah should be read at night, and the Mishnah relating to it should be learned in the morning. Rabbi Jeremiah, however, said to them, it has been explained to me by Reb Chia bar Abba that the word repeat here has the same meaning as when, for instance, men say, I will go through this section and repeat it. It has also been stated, Rav Chelbo said in the name of Ula of Biri, it is a man's duty to recite the Megillah at night and to repeat it the next day. As it says, to the end that my glory may sing praise to thee by day and not be silent by night. O Lord my God, I will give thanks to thee forever. The villages, however, may push the reading forward to the court day. Rav Chanina says the sages made a concession to the villages by allowing them to push the reading forward to the court day. in order that they might furnish food and water to their brethren in the cities. Daf B. Masechet Megillah 4b. This would show, would it not, that the regulation is for the benefit of the cities. But we have learned, if Purim falls on Monday, the villages and large towns read on that day. Now, if it is as you say, they should push the reading forward to the previous court day. This would bring it to the 10th, and the sages did not fix the 10th as a possible day. Come in here. Toshima. If it falls on a Thursday, and the villages and large towns read on that day. Now, if it is said as you say, they should push the reading forward to the previous court day, which is the 11th. We do not shift it from one court day to another. Come in here again. Rabbi Yehuda says, when is the reading pushed forward? In places where the villagers come into town on Mondays and Thursdays, but in places where they do not come into town on Mondays and Thursdays, it is read only on the proper day. Now, if you assume that the regulation is for the benefit of the cities, because they do not come into town on Mondays and Thursdays, are the cities to be deprived of the benefit? Do not read the dictum of Rabbi Chanina in order that they may furnish food and water, but read, because they furnish food and water to their brethren in the cities. How does this work out? If it falls out on Monday, villagers in larger towns read on that same day. How is it that in the first clause of the Mishnah, the dates of the month are mentioned, and in the second, the days of the week? Since in the first clause, the days of the month would have to go backwards, the Mishnah prefers to mention if it falls on a Friday, which authority does the Mishnah follow? You may say either Rabbi or Yossi. How, Rabbi? As it has been taught, if it falls out on Friday, villages and large towns push the reading forward to the court day, and walled cities react on the day itself. Rabbi said, I maintain that towns should not have to shift their date, but both one and the other read on the day itself. What is the reason of the first Tana? Because it is written every year, just as every year towns read before cities, so in this case towns should read before cities. But why not argue every year? Just as every year towns have not to shift their date, so here towns should not have to shift their date. There is a special reason for not reasoning this here, since it is impracticable. What is Rabbi's reason? It is written every year, just as in most years towns have not to shift their date. So here, they should not have to shift their date. But why not reason thus every year, just as in most years towns read before walled cities, so here towns should read before walled cities. There's a special reason for not arguing this here, because this is impracticable. How, Rabbi Yossi? As it has been taught, if it falls out on Friday, walled cities and villages push the reading forward to the court day, and large towns read on the day itself. Rabbi Yossi said walled cities do not read before towns, but both read on the day itself. What is the reason of the first Tana? Because it is written every year, just as most years towns react on the 14th, and their time is not the same as the time of the walled cities. So here, towns should read on the 14th, and their time should not be the same as the time of the walled cities. Well, why not reason thus? Every year, just as in most years, walled cities do not read before towns. So here, walled cities should not read before towns. Here the case is different because it cannot be avoided. What is Rabbi Yossi's reason? Should always keep it around 10 minutes. What is Rabbi Yossi's reason? We'll stop by what is Rabbi Yossi's reason. What is Rabbi Yossi's reason? 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 That's where we'll stop.